what to do after this diet is over. Um, that's that's a real dilemma. It keeps me up at night, to be honest. It really freaks me out. I spend a lot of time thinking about it, and here's why. Um, the person that I have been for a long time when it comes to eating is someone who cannot be trusted with food, who cannot set boundaries with food. It's just not something I can do. And what's been so, what's the word, comforting about being on this keto diet is there's a very, well, not very, a kind of strict dietary plan to follow, right? And I would say this time around, I'm following it about 90% of the time, which is awesome because it takes all of the mental effort and guesswork and last minute decision making out of what I eat every day. That's such a huge part of my problem in the past. Because I've never really planned my meals. It's just, oh, I'm hungry, I'll just eat whatever I have, or I'll just go to the shops and do grocery shopping whenever I need to. It's just all a bit random. And that is a real problem because I'm just not able to control myself. And so having these guardrails or guide rails that I can stick to has been such a great part of this journey. And I feel like one of the biggest lessons I learned, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing this phase 1 of my weight loss journey again. I did it for the first time 4 years ago and lost so much weight. It's incredible. I lost like 36 kilos, like almost 80 pounds in about 17 weeks. And it was amazing. It was
Yum.
amazing. And then, like now, the biggest difference was just having a set of guidelines I could just follow and take all the guesswork and thinking out of it. And the thing was, what I learned the first time was I went through that whole journey, which was a huge accomplishment, and then thought I was fixed and everything was fine and I was cured when I really wasn't. And then I slowly went back to my normal eating patterns and slowly started putting on some of that weight. And fast forward to now, and so I'm putting myself through this again. But this time, what I'm taking on from last time that I completely
Yum.
up was I didn't realize that the hard part is not losing the weight. I had convinced myself, because that was the thing that I wasn't able to change about myself for so long, was losing the weight. But I didn't realize that that's not actually the hard part. Most of you out there, I'm hoping, are not like me and can stick to a diet for a period of time. Okay? And if you can, it's basically a given, that you will lose weight. If you can stick to a diet, like actually stick to it, not change it and make it your own and, just actually stick to it, there's a very high chance that you will lose weight over a period of time. Now, that part is easy because what I realized the first time around, the hardest part for me is actually eating like a normal person and trying to live a normal life. That's like the ultimate boss fight for me, okay? And I learned that the first time around because I lost 36 kilos, 80 pounds, and then for the next 18 months, I slowly started putting the weight back on because I hadn't dealt with the actual root cause of the issue, which was, how do I make healthy choices over a very long period of time, 18 months, 2 years? How do I make healthy eating choices but still enjoy eating food and socializing and living a normal life? That's actually what I need to deal with this time. For me to get to that point, I need to get through this first phase. I'm coming up to halfway very soon. I've lost 13 kilos, 13 and a half, who's counting, and I need another 18 kilos. So I'm like, getting up to halfway. So anyway, I need to get this first phase out of the way, which is the weight loss phase, which actually is much easier than I thought. But I'm slowly getting anxious, just a little bit, about when I get to the end of this first phase and I need to transition back to a normal eating pattern and how I'm going to handle that. And the biggest source of anxiety for me is actually that I can't trust myself. This is actually one of the root problems that I've had for my entire adult life when it comes to food. When it comes to other things in my life, I am really good at sticking to what I said, like my word, sticking to an agreement. It's rare that I'm late, like to meetings or to whatever. I'm good with finances. I'm good with my job. There's lots of things that I can actually be trusted to do without anyone having to follow me up or check on me or anything, right? But for some reason, when it comes to food, I cannot be trusted. And that is the source of my anxiety, my slowly building anxiety that's in the background. And that's a clear sign for me that this is the thing that I need to fix. That is the thing I need to transform, is I need to become someone who can be trusted when it comes to making the right food decisions. Now, that can take a whole bunch of different forms. I've been talking to my coach about this, who has also gone through this. He's a bit different in that he's a bit of a robot. So like he's much more easily able to stick to a healthy eating pattern. But he's also human, right? So he was telling me like he went out on the weekend for a boys' weekend, and they went a bit nuts eating and drinking beer and stuff. But then the day he got home, he was straight back onto a healthy, normal diet, and the weight stabilized and came back to normal, and everything's fine. So that kind of stuff, I need to start to build that muscle in, right? Because that's what I'm going to be dealing with after this first phase. There's going to be times like me and my cousin are going to go out for dinner on a Friday night, and we always want to try the best new restaurant or one of our old favorites, and I'm going to probably eat more than I should on that night, but I need to make sure that I control myself the next day and just go back to a normal eating pattern the next day and for several days after that, and not use that Friday night as an excuse to order burgers and chips on the Sunday because I've fucked it up on the Friday, so who cares? I'll fix it on Monday. I need to have that level of discipline that allows me to indulge and enjoy one night and have the confidence in myself to the next day, no matter what day it is, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, to just go back to a normal eating pattern and making the right choices. One thing that I did after that first time I did it, one of the things I really messed up was I would eat badly, like on a Thursday night, for example, and then Friday night would roll around and like I'm at home after work and I'm feeling like I need some sort of a reward, and I would end up, the voice in my head would just say, oh, well, you've already messed it up, so what are you so worried about? Just order whatever, right? So I'd do that on Friday, and then I'd get up on Saturday morning and be like, okay, 2 nights in a row, I've really messed this up, but this isn't the end of the world. I can just go back to normal eating as of Saturday morning. But then Saturday evening rolls around and I have the same thoughts in my head and I can't control myself. And then I'm on the bloody roller coaster and I can't get off. Because that happens again on Sunday. And then on Monday, I'm feeling terrible because, my brain is all over the place from eating terrible food and lots of sugar and carbs, and I just crumble. And then a whole week goes by, and every night I've eaten some terrible food. So anyway, that is all playing on my mind, and I'll share with you how I deal with it moving forward and what I'm going to do. Something needs to be done, and during this first phase that I'm in now, the weight loss phase, I feel like I need to be thinking about this stuff, and I need to be coming up with rules for myself about what I'm going to do when these situations arise. So I'm working on a video where I'm going to go through some of this and really show you what it is I'm going to be doing, the rules I'm going to put in place. And I mean, what a nightmare to actually come up with a bunch of rules like that, put it on this channel, and then have to come here with my tail between my legs when I haven't followed it, and it's gonna be
Yum.
it's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be a nightmare. I mean, that's why I started this channel. I kind of regret it now, but I have to deal with this. I have to deal with it. I can't keep kicking the can down the road, so to speak, which is what I've been doing. I need to crush this can. So, yeah, wish me luck.